Hi everyone, my name is Remfer Ramos. I am going to share to you today the historical evolution of the Philippine educational system. Did you know that the education in the Philippines has undergone several stages of development from the pre-Spanish times to the present? In pre-Magellanic times, education was informal, unstructured, and devoid of methods. During that time, education focuses more on vocational trainings and less in academics. And during that time, education focused on the development of skills of the children in order to survive and get some necessary things they needed. The native alphabet during that time is called the Baybayin. Children are taught by their parents and tribal tutors like the Babaylan. During this time, people believed that only men should work to provide their daily needs. That's why fathers before taught their sons to look for food. Meanwhile, women were the ones who were responsible to do household chores. So in this scenario, it is basically preparing the children to become responsible and good parents, which is totally different nowadays. During the Spanish colonization, the tribal tutors was replaced by the Spanish missionaries, and then education becomes religion-oriented. Regular priests established different schools in our country, such as Dominican priest established Letran and UST. Augustinian priest established San Sebastian College. And the Jesuits established Ateneo. These schools were established in accordance with the teachings of religion. In addition, education was only for elite people, and those are the members of Peninsulares and Insulares class. But because of the Educational Decree of 1863, Filipinos were given opportunities to have access to education. Because each town should have one primary school for boys and girls under responsibility of the municipal government. And teaching of Spanish was compulsory. Education in that period was inadequate, suppressed, and controlled. American period or the Commonwealth period. Their educational goals is to promote democratic ideals and ways of life. Formation of good citizens, including rights and responsible of people. Their educational goals also laid the formation of the Philippine public school system. In August 1901, there are 600 Thomasites or teachers arrived in the Philippines. Their medium of instruction is English. Their curricular structure and programs were patterned from the US. There are new subjects areas were introduced during that time. There are 3 levels of education according to the American period, which are the elementary level, secondary or high level, and tertiary or college level. Philippine Normal School was a school run by the Thomasites in 1901. The Silliman University in the Dumaguete City is the first American institution of higher learning to be founded in Asia. Executive Order Number 134 in 1936, President Manuel L. Quezon designated Tagalog as the basis of the national language of the Philippines. During the Japanese period, they established their educational system or curriculum in June 1942. The Republic period. In this period, they give emphasis on the right of education of each individual and revised the elementary curriculum and considered Rizal's life, works, and writings in the subject in the secondary school. In 1973 Constitution, they founded the three fundamental aims of education: to foster love of country, to teach the duties of citizenship, to develop moral character, self-discipline, and scientific, technological, and vocational efficiency. In present period, there has been established new elementary and secondary school curriculum and formal education that gives more emphasis in the best teaching programs for each students. K-12 program covers kindergarten and 12 years of basic education to provide sufficient time for mastery of concepts and skills, develop lifelong learners, and prepare graduates for tertiary education, middle-level skills development, employment, and entrepreneurship.